Hey guys, welcome to our channel.
Welcome.
My name is Fanta.
And it's your man Darwin.
And today we're gonna be having some delicious food that is spread out before you. And we're gonna be talking a little bit about our history and the reason why I kept this man a secret for 5 years.
5 whole years. I don't know why in the world someone would keep this beautiful black man a secret for 5 years.
He wasn't a man in the beginning. Oh my God. I can't even wait.
I know, right? Oh yeah, we gotta dig into this.
I'm gonna have to
now,
rotate the plate to get each corner.
Right angles.
Let me see what I want to start with.
Gotta get them angles.
I'm gonna start with this.
With your phone out, gotta hit them angles.
I'm gonna start with this.
I don't care where
So
I
this
start.
is this is mashed plantain. Taste it, baby.
Oh, it's crazy. I didn't even put that on my plate. That's the thought, right?
Yeah, this one's definitely mashed plantain. I taste the sweetness.
I don't know, but I'm feeling the zaman. That's what I'm eating
Oh yeah,
now.
that's my thing.
Zaman's my favorite, no matter what.
Wow. What a wow. What a deliciousness.
What's a God is good?
What a yum. What a yum.
What's a magnificence? That is some good thought.
Taste the yassa, baby. Look at me rotating to get to this. Okay, now let's get to this part.
It's like a little carousel, right?
Right? It should just be on like a little spinny platform.
It's
What's a
really good.
yum. I'm glad you got to try chicken yassa.
It's good. This is a big old drumstick. It has like this kind of sweet savoriness to it.
It's like onions, when you cook them down, like the sweetness comes out in it. Alright, let me taste this onion.
You could taste the mustard too.
That's a key ingredient. It's like onions marinated in mustard. Baby, you want some on your drink? Dableni or jimbere?
Dableni.
Me, I'm a jimbere kind of girl.
I love dableni.
Ooh.
That's beautiful. Honestly, this looks like it could go with some nice vodka.
I feel like it would go with a nice dark liquor though. Some Henny in there.
That too, yeah.
Look at Ceci at the table over there.
Sorry, Ceci. Ceci's over here watching us. Sorry, Ceci.
Alright, now the zame.
Have you had a bit of everything so far, babe?
No, I'm about to have the zame right now. Squirted some lime on it. On the fish.
I feel like I'm at a wedding and I have all my favorite things.
Or like when you go to a buffet and you get to pick whatever you want and you just choose everything that you like.
Exactly.
This is spicy.
It is. The zaman, right?
The zame is spicy.
The zaman has a kick. But baby,
That's that jollof kick.
the people want to know and I want to know.
The people.
Yes. We demand an answer.
You want to know.
Yes, we demand an answer.
But you know why.
Why? Not entirely. I really want to know the depth, the deepness of why you kept me a secret for
Honestly,
5 years. Because I just want to say this, having been a secret for 5 years, it wasn't easy. And at times it did hurt,
I'm sorry.
No, I mean, it was out of your control, but at times it did hurt, So I just want to know, why did you keep me a secret?
Tell me why.
So basically I kept him a secret. A big part of it was out of fear. So I am first generation African. My parents came here, they had us. I have one brother who's older than me and I have like a younger sister who's like 6 years younger than me. So I was the oldest daughter. And there is a stigma when it comes to being the oldest daughter in an African Muslim household. Growing up, my parents, they made it seem like there was no boyfriends. I was just like super sheltered. Like they always kept me inside. Like I wasn't able to go out. I had a curfew. I would just go to school, come home. They were so strict on me. Like I couldn't do anything.
This is so true because I remember in high school, I really used to call her a vampire because I swear or a werewolf or something. Cause
what? I didn't even know that. You must have been telling other people that.
I used to tell this to your face, babe, because I swear there came a certain time of day. Like it could hit like 6 p.m.
Not even, it'd be like
she would just have to like disappear. Like, she would have to be out. Like, she has to be at home, gone.
I wasn't allowed to be outside. Like, they just wanted me to go to school, come home, do my homework, do my house chores. And like, I could not have a life. They didn't want me to play sports. Like, I had to beg them. Like, I was very athletic in high school and I played tons of different sports. Then I met this kid. And
I turned the world upside down. Because not only did she have to spend those extra hours after school playing volleyball and all that stuff,
I had to find time to spend with him because I knew I couldn't spend that time with him outside of school.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I just knew I had to hide him. So it came a thing where I tried to pick up a whole bunch of different other sports during different seasons, and like my excuse would become, even if I didn't have a game or if I didn't have practice, that I was at practice because that was the only way I could spend time with him, which is crazy.
Yeah.
There also came a point where my little sister, who I always had to watch, actually became the one who had to keep my secret because I found out that I was able to have a little bit more freedom as long as I took my sister with me. So then there came a time where my parents said, I can go to these games as long as I pick up my sister and she comes along with me. So then I realized I could take my sister everywhere and I could start hanging out with this guy.
And that's really, that's literally how I met her sister. And you know, her sister's real cool even today. And
yeah,
even just her being at such a young age, you guys have like a 6-year difference.
Mm-hmm.
And she was able to hold it down, keep it a secret.
What's crazy is that my sister was one of the people that lit a fire under me to finally tell my parents. When she finally grew up, she was like, come on, you gotta tell them, like, you've been with this guy forever, like, you gotta tell him.
So we started dating senior year of high school, and senior year of high school, of course, you have the prom. And even going to the prom,
gosh.
it wasn't even the kind of thing where, you know, oh, they know I'm her boyfriend and I'm gonna take her to the prom. I was not her boyfriend. I wasn't even her friend. I was an escort. And not the kind of cool, you know, freaky deaky escort. No. Not that kind.
I can't believe I did that. Like, I still can't believe I did that, which is
literally
crazy.
an escort or a chaperone. Like, yo.
I was like, I need somebody to match my dress. So I picked him. Like, he's just gonna escort me to the prom.
I was an accessory.
Oh my gosh.
That's one of the things that have stuck with me. Because I remember, you know, even us dating, like in high school, walking in her neighborhood, she wouldn't even walk next to me for fear that someone in the neighborhood would see us, and then word would get back to her parents.
Like every African
with a boy.
Every African knew every African in the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm. And they
so
still
it was
do,
a thing, and they still do, yeah. And they still talk.
Mm-hmm.
And like word gets around. If anyone saw me with him, I just knew it would get back to my parents.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to be extra careful.
So when we're walking, she's walking over here, I'm walking over here. We can't hold hands. It was a very frustrating position to be. It got easier because when we did go off to college, we were able to spend more time with each other. We were able to practice more affection, be open with how we wanted to express ourselves.
Yeah. I was really kept in a box. My parents, I feel bad because they never got to know who I was, and they still kind of don't know who I am because they never allowed me to express myself because they sheltered me so much. And I felt like I had to be a certain kind of way. Even still, when you were my escort to prom, my mom kind of felt like something was off. I think she had an idea that maybe it's not an escort, that it's, I mean, I don't know why she would even believe that. Who would believe that? But anyway, if my kid came to me and said that, I'd be like, escort. Right. But yeah, she allowed it to happen or whatever. And that's when he met my family, like during that time, because he came to pick me up for prom. He gave me like, what is that thing? A corsage? Yeah, a corsage, all of us. It was so cute. Oh my God. We should insert a picture of us when we went to high school prom together. Aww. Yeah, so she kind of had a feeling that something was going on. And even after this, after prom, she had to have like a really serious conversation with me about how...
I didn't know about this.
Yeah. Anytime there was a conversation about boys while I was growing up, it would always be like, don't mess around with boys. Boys are bad. Stay away from boys. So I always felt like it was bad to even talk to a guy, even if it was my friend, because we really started off as friends and we weren't even doing anything. Like, it's not like we were messing around or like doing anything crazy. Like, we really just wanted to spend time with each other and get to know each other. But yeah, my mom just made it seem like it was so simple. And then like for me, I remember growing up and wondering like, how do they expect me to get married? If I can't ever talk to a guy, I can't have a boyfriend, I can't do anything. Like, how do you guys expect me to get married? Because in an African household, they expect you to magically be married by like 18 and start having kids before you're like 20 and doing all of that. Like, how did you guys expect me to meet anyone? So I remember her like emphasizing like, me finding someone of the same religion, finding someone of the same background of African descent. And I just always felt like he wasn't someone that I could bring to my family because he wasn't African.
I was not
and he
those
wasn't
things.
Muslim.
I'm Christian.
And he's Haitian.
Yeah, you know.
And I kind of banked on the fact that Haitians, they have that French background. So when I finally did tell them about him, I was like, but you know,
His family speaks French.
Yeah.
You know?
And now my parents, they speak French with his family. So like that's like a common thing that they have. It was just really sad growing up. I felt like I had to hide it for some time.
I mean, but I would like to say, I wouldn't want it to seem like the way you're describing the situation that Fonta's parents are like bad people or anything like that. They're not bad at all. You know, they have the greatest of intentions. It's just what they understand as their own cultural norms, you know, and really impressing their way of thinking on someone who's growing up in, you know, today's world.
In America.
In America, in New York City. And that's totally different. It's totally different. In everyone's life, we're all undergoing some kind of change, especially as we're exposed to different things.
Yeah.
So I would say for them, you know, they were going through their own process as well, you know, with having to deal with it and cope. Because it's not easy, you know, it's not easy just to change your way of thinking.
Yeah.
So now we kind of have an idea of why you kept me a secret. You kept me a secret because, I mean, it wasn't because, you know, I wasn't sexy.
I was scared.
We know I was sexy, you know.
First of all, this boy.
Like,
little boy.
I was a sexy man in high school.
This little boy in
I had
high school.
like 1 or 2 hairs on
Oh
my
my God.
chin. My family did know about Fanta.
Oh yeah, they knew about
My
it.
family knew about Fanta
Since the beginning of time.
Yeah, since the beginning. But I would say it wasn't necessarily a challenge for my family, in this case my mom. Of course, like Fanta's parents, my mom wanted me to be with Christian. That was one of the things that actually kept me from wanting to even ask Fanta to be my girl at the time, because I just didn't want to deal with it.
I was talking to this boy for years. Like he asked me out senior year of high school. I was talking to him since like sophomore year of high school.
Yeah. But, you know, at the same time, like the way I grew up and the same way that Fanta grew up, you grow up thinking that it's bad, you know, you grow up thinking that it's the wrong thing to do.
You're a Christian Seventh-day Adventist.
Yeah.
So it was pretty
yeah, it's pretty strict.
Values too,
Pretty
I
strict.
believe.
Asking Fanta to be my girl at the time, it was a huge leap of faith, and it was really...
I put in that work.
It was really a bold act for me, and so many years later, it worked out.
Now we're married. Wow.
Right? So baby, now we're married. Let's talk about it.
If they would have known since the beginning that we were gonna get married, maybe they would have been different.
Right?
And that we were gonna...
But that's the thing. It took us to actually understand
and
like,
follow our hearts and just know like this is real, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It took me 5 years. Probably because after college, I realized... Not after college. When you met my family senior year, right?
Yeah, so I officially met her family senior year of college.
Mm-hmm.
And it was I think it was at graduation.
You had met them before,
Yeah.
but I think you had officially met them as my boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Like senior year of college. I think right before graduation, when I had come home for like, I told them winter break of senior year, right before we graduated. So I told them before I went back to school for the year that I had a boyfriend and that they knew who he was. He was my prom escort. I actually told them we've been dating for 5 years. I remember sitting my mom down and telling her. And then she kind of was like, she knew, which was weird. But in that conversation, it wasn't like, thank you for telling me, or like, wow, you guys been together for that long. It must be like serious. Yeah, it wasn't that. It was like you know we don't do this, which is sad. But it was like, you know we don't do this. He's not Muslim. He's not African. You're not supposed to do this. And it was still kind of a thing where it wasn't accepted. At that point, I had to do it, first of all, out of respect for you, but also just because I knew that this was for the long haul. If we were even going to get to the next phase of our relationship where we're considering marriage, that this was something that I had to do.
There really does come a point where you actually have to stand up for yourself, especially if it's something that you know you believe in, and if it's like a relationship that you would want to invest in.
Yeah,
and that's what you have to do. And that's what you did do.
And I didn't care that she had to say. It kind of hurt my feelings that she did that, but I didn't care. Like it wasn't gonna change anything. Like I was with him for a long time at that point. We had known each other for like 9 years, dating for 5 years. I knew like this was somebody that I wanted to to be with, I wanted to probably spend the rest of my life with. And I was just like, okay, yeah, I understand that's what, I was an adult. At that point, I was an adult. I was not scared anymore. They couldn't do anything to me. I just graduated college with my bachelor's. Like, I was going into the real world. Like, I was a grown-ass woman. You wasn't going to tell me what to do. So I was like, this is my man, and I'm going to stick beside it.
That's mine. And I'm going to stick beside him.
And that's what you're going to settle for.
I'm going to stick beside him.
And that was that. And from then on, I didn't care. Like, I graduated college. You can't tell me to stay in the house. You can't tell me. Like, I came out of my skin. Oh, you know what else? What helped a lot? I bought a car.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody could tell me nothing. I bought a car.
Out.
Nobody could tell me nothing. I bought a car. I got a job.
She was coming to
I'm
Brooklyn.
spending my money. I'm using my car. You can't tell me nothing.
Excuse me, was you saying something? You can't tell me nothing.
You were adulting.
Yeah, exactly.
You're your own person.
But yeah, it's crazy because even still, they would still try to talk me out of it. Even still, like to the day, like even after you engage, it's like a whole thing, like getting engaged, leading up to marriage, all of that. Like my family constantly trying to talk me out of being with this man, even though we're about to get married.
Let us know if you want to know what that experience was like.
Yeah,
because I remember to this day when I went over to the family to ask for their blessing. Let us know in the comments if you want to know more about that background, how that story went. Because, that road to marriage,
Oh man.
it was a bumpy one.
Even the wedding, doing a wedding with two different religions and cultures and trying to make everyone feel it was a wholesome ceremony, that was tough. And then, I mean, I can't even imagine what it's going to be like. I know there's still more bumps in the road to be had, but
at least we're at the point where we're obviously confident in each other's love. And this is like a ride that we're going to do together.
Exactly, and we're ready for it. And we're going to roll with the punches. And the one thing no one's going to do is disrespect our relationship. And I think that's the point that we've come to. Before, my mom would say stuff, my parents would say things, and I would feel it. I would feel the shade, and I would just take it. I wouldn't say anything. Nobody could say anything anymore about this man. Like, no one. It's just different now. We came into ourselves. We're more confident.
And I think they know that they have no choice but to deal with it. And they've come to just learn to love us as a couple. You know?
And it's weird too, because it's not that they don't like him. Like, they love him, but they just didn't want him for me.
I think it's also for the sake of appearances when it comes to how, we would look in the African community at large. Life will definitely throw a lot of bumps towards you.
But love.
And it's like, you gotta
persevere.
Love really does persevere. Love really does empower you to be able to conquer all, you know? Like, there's nothing that can beat love.
And that's what we have.
We got love. You better believe it.
That's indeed.
And we knew since like the beginning of time. It's just crazy. And no one was gonna tell us anything because we just knew. Nothing could trump our love. Stop making me uncomfortable.
I'm just looking deep into his soul right now.
He literally is. Oh my gosh. Like, I felt your eyes inside of me. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in.
It was fun chatting.
Yes. If you guys enjoyed this content, make sure you leave a like.
That's right.
Make sure you comment.
Also subscribe. Turn on that notification bell.
Ding, ding, ding.
Please let YouTube know that you love seeing us pop up on your feed.
Yeah. Yeah, we post videos weekly, so stay tuned.